All right, hey guys, welcome to Spectator Mode run by the Gaming Collegian. I'm your host, Ethan, and today we've got a very good show for you. We're going to talk about Overwatch 2, which just got announced at Blizzcon, Hearthstone History being made, the usual Counter-Strike rankings, past tournaments, and of course, League Worlds going into the finals on November 10th. So we got a great show for you today. As I said, my name's Ethan.
I'm Spencer.
And this is Spectator Mode, our esports podcast here at the Gaming Collegian. So we got a few things on the dock here for today. First thing I kind of want to talk about is Overwatch 2, which just got announced at BlizzCon. You know, it's over. It's going to be Overwatch.
I'm excited. Okay, so like, what's weird about it is that the multiplayer is carrying over. So like, if I buy Overwatch 2 and you hold on to 1, and like you don't buy 2, we'd be able to play multiplayer together. The only thing that's
so weird.
It's very weird. The only thing that's different is that the single player mode, which I mean, who cares about? Like, I don't know.
The deep Overwatch lore.
Exactly, but yeah, like. In terms of like competitive, I don't know like how it'll go right now just because no one really knows where it's going. It has a weird fresh coat of paint on it and it's like a new art style.
I'm wondering if they're gonna take this opportunity to fully rebalance everything, or if they're just going to shovel out the same game with the number 2 on it.
That's
a new character
bit that I'm worried about just because I mean, my main frustrations with Overwatch, and as well as many pros right now, is that the game is just frustrating to play.
Yeah.
Like, you go in to play a comp match, you go in, or like you'll watch someone play, and you're just like, man, I'm frustrated right now.
Let me just hide behind 18 shields.
Yes, that's the meta. It's, oh, there's 3,000 health worth of shields. Well, I guess I have only one option, shoot them.
Yeah.
So
And with how fast they did just nerf Orisa a little bit, but like I don't know if it was enough because her shields come back so fast.
Her shield comes back fast, and then you also have Reinhardt, who has more health, and then you have Sigmire, my bad, where you just send the shield out, and it's like, okay, I guess I can't do anything. Like, cool.
I'm wondering what their new characters are gonna be as well. What I kind of like is that, or what I really appreciate that is that all skins and unlocks from loot boxes carry over to Overwatch 2, so you're not just losing everything. It's not a clean slate.
Thank God. The amount of hours that I have put in to get some of these skins.
And the amount of money that some people have spent.
Oh, yeah.
Like, me personally, I haven't spent $1 on it since I bought it retail, but like... Yeah. I've seen people who've spent hundreds of dollars on Overwatch skins for absolutely no reason. So it's good to see that their money isn't being wasted, depending on what you determine as being wasted.
Yeah. It'll be pretty cool. One thing that I'm also worried about though is that with the new art style, I mean, obviously we haven't been able to like compare it, but I'm worried that like there's going to be weird hitboxes issues with that, and I'm a little worried about that just because, I mean, in CS, there have been weird issues sometimes where like you'll hide your head, or like your body will turn, but your crosshairs will still be staying somewhere, so it's a bit harder to hit you.
Yeah. Or the infamous planting hitboxes. Yeah,
exactly. Just atrocious, where you just kind of spin around and hope for the best.
Oh yeah.
But I'm worried about this just because, like, I mean, if you alter these hitboxes in any way for this new art style, while yes, the game does look a lot better just from the BlizzCon stuff we've seen.
Yeah.
How will it affect how we players interact? Because
it's not like Overwatch looked bad to begin with as well.
No, absolutely not.
It looks good. It's simple, but it looks good.
It's just cleaner now. I guess and Overwatch 1 looks great. Yeah. It serves the exact purpose you need.
Its art style kind of carries over. It's not the most high fidelity. It's not Battlefield.
No,
but
you don't want that.
No,
you,
it looks
You
good.
want everything to pop. You want everyone to pop out.
The
you
colors
want
are
to see
nice.
them. Yeah, it's a fine looking game.
Yeah.
But will those hitboxes be fine looking? Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm a little worried about that right now. But other than that, I'm pretty excited. I'll be interested to see what Overwatch League will do, because there might be players who prefer to play on Overwatch 1 and players who
Yeah.
prefer to play on 2.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to see if either Blizzard says, we're only playing on Overwatch 1, we're only playing on 2, or you can mix and match.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit weird. I'm not sure how that's going to work out.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see.
Yeah. So the next thing that I want to talk about is Hearthstone.
Yes, VK Lion.
Yes. So for those that don't know, the very first female player won a Blizzcon tournament, or just a tournament in general.
So won a major tournament, and then they also are the first female to just win any BlizzCon tournament ever at BlizzCon.
Yeah, which is awesome.
It was a huge win, and
Yeah.
I mean, some of the names that she took down were nuts. She played Tom 60229, beat him 2-0, an old world champion from 2018.
Is that the guy that always looks smug while he's playing?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a couple of players
Okay.
like that.
It is
He's,
Hearthstone.
An Asian Pacific player. When we lived together, you might have seen the World Championship. When I watched it.
I think I remember which one he is.
Yeah, he's been playing for super long. He has found some weird like counter decks to metas. So to beat him 2-0, and then she also beat Fino 2-0, who has been around in the scene for a very long time, very well respected player, always playing well. So to beat him is nuts. Then she beat Casey, another absolute legend of the game. Been playing for a really long time as well. I think as like a rogue expert, but just another player where it's like you say, "Oh, I beat Casey." It's like, "Oh, dang, like you beat Casey." And then in the grand finals, she beat Bloodyface 3-0. Bloodyface, one of the best players in the world right now. I mean, obviously went to the World Championship last year. I think made it to top 8. I think he made it out of the group stage. But yeah, I mean, she just was racking up these names.
She was dominant.
Yeah, I mean, she won 2-0, 2-0, 3-2, and then 3-0. Like, she just kind of whooped everyone's butt. I have not been paying attention to the meta right now too much, just because it's been a lot of, like, Shaman lately. It's been called Shaman Stone, just because it's everywhere. But looking at some of the decks that she was playing, it's pretty standard. Priest, Shaman. She brought Rogue. But yeah, I mean, she playing difficult decks, carrying it through and winning. So good for her. Congratulations to VK Lion.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm wondering if, I know Hearthstone is pretty small compared to things like Dota and League and everything like that, but I'm hoping that this kind of branches out a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in her post-game interview, she was like, look, like, even if you're a girl, even if you're a woman, doesn't matter. Like, you can be here, you can do it. And she, like, cried at the end, and everyone, oh, man, what a great moment.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to VK Lion.
It's great to see.
Yeah.
So, I know neither of us are League fans, but we kind of have to talk about League Worlds because it's so big. G2 and
SK Telecom
no,
T1.
No. That was the quarter or the semifinal. Sorry,
the Phoenix boys.
Fun plus Phoenix.
Fun plus Phoenix.
Yes.
Yeah. Never heard of them.
Me neither.
No, I've never heard of this org. I don't know what players are on it.
I don't pay attention to League.
The only player I know is Faker.
Who lost
to G2.
Yep.
So and then the thing about G2, they're like some European super team where for CS it was like when Guardian, Rain, Nico, Olaf, and Kerrigan got together.
Okay, so
I guess they just did something like that.
The G2 players are Mikix, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, Jankos or Yankos, Perks, Wonder, and Caps. The let's go to the Phoenix team. Fun plus Phoenix.
What a great name.
The Fun Plus Phoenix players are Crisp, Gimgoon or Jim June, I'm not really sure, Tian, LWX, and Doin B. Again, I'm not a league person. The final is going to be on Sunday, November 10th. It's going to be G2 against Fun Plus Phoenix. For us in Eastern Standard Time, it's going to be at 7 a.m. So good luck if you're trying to watch it. I think the biggest thing is neither of us are League fans, but we know who Faker is.
Well, that's the thing is everyone knows who Faker is.
Yeah.
Even if you don't care about League. And so for him to go out, that's kind of nuts. But I guess it just shows the dominance of this super team that G2 has made. And we might see it for the first time in recent years actually work.
Yeah.
Because the only time I've heard of this coming besides G2 was FaZe.
Yeah.
And obviously that ended in a catastrophe.
Yeah.
So,
super teams are not very common in esports as far as I know.
very expensive.
Yeah, they are really expensive.
Very expensive.
And I don't think esports is really that lucrative of a market for orgs.
No.
Contrary to popular belief. We just saw 2 major Counter-Strike orgs just give their teams up.
Yeah.
And other organizations buy them. So I feel like, and CLG a while ago dropped their team, sometime last year, 2 years ago.
Well, in Call of Duty, right? I mean, Nadeshot even said, we can't do this. We won't make enough money. We don't have enough money to make this investment right now.
Yeah.
So you do have to be careful about these kinds of things.
Yeah. So it's a little bit interesting to see something like that. And G2 is a major organization across a ton of different esports.
They'll have the money.
So
it's
right
like
now,
Cloud9,
as of right now,
Liquid, just some of these bigger. I'm sure SK T1.
If SK Telecom is the same organization as SK Gaming, I'm not sure if they're the same.
No, I don't think they are.
Okay.
But with the amount of success they've had in League, they
considering
that
they have Faker, that probably means that they're a really big name team.
Yeah.
But seeing Faker go out in the semifinals, and he was saying he's considering a change. I don't know if that means that it's going to be a roster change, or if he's going to leave SKT, or what. But he quoted the semifinal being a failure, which for anybody else, running into a semifinal at a world championship is amazing. But when you're Faker, you only expect championships.
You only want first place.
Yeah.
Because that's what you win. You're just I guess I want it now.
He's that good that he just can win everything. He just didn't this time.
Yeah.
And that's as far as I know as to Faker and as to League. So the last thing that I kind of want to get to is the latest Counter-Strike news.
Woo! Counter-Strike.
Yeah. Our favorite.
Yeah.
So as we said, I believe on the last episode we talked about NRG dropping their whole roster, dropping out of Counter-Strike, and then Evil Geniuses buying them and immediately winning 2 tournaments, I believe.
Well, so they didn't win Star Ladder yet. They won ECS.
They won ECS.
They just won Star Ladder.
They just won Star Ladder, and then they won the first tournament in New York. They won ESL New York.
That's right. My bad. Yeah.
So they immediately won 2 tournaments, climbed to the top spot above Astralis, above Liquid.
Number 1 now.
And I believe above Fnatic, who are number 3 right now.
Yes, I believe so. I think Astralis are number 2 right now. Liquid just hasn't been making it far enough, unfortunately.
And Liquid also just announced that they're dropping out of, or last week they announced they're dropping out of IEM Beijing, which is set to happen either today or tomorrow, sometime in the next couple of days. And they're citing a kind of loaded schedule, which I can definitely see. They've been on the road nonstop. And I think with the kind of lackluster results that they're getting, they kind of need to take a step back and take a look at what they are and who they think they are.
I think a big problem right now is they might just be caught off guard, because this is the first time that this team has went to number one. This is the first time an NA team in the world was number one in the world.
Yeah.
This is new territory for all of these players. They go to this major feeling pretty good. They drop out and they just tank.
It wasn't even that. During the group stage, they weren't doing very well.
They were
they went out 3-2, and then was it Astralis in the quarterfinals?
Yeah, they faced Astralis in the quarterfinals and they lost. And they just crumbled. They lost 2-0.
And not taking anything away from Astralis, because they played fantastic. They won. I mean,
they read them super well. I think that they studied up on their Vertigo a lot versus Liquid, because Liquid was feeling good, and I think they came into this major cruising on and were like, yeah, we're good. We got this. They lost, and now they're like, all right, what do we do?
Yeah. And then at the next tournament, I know that they played, I think, the same maps again. They played Vertigo and Overpass, and I don't remember if it was a 2-1 or a 2-0, but I know that it was a lot closer.
It was close, but unfortunately, Liquid did not win.
Yeah.
And that is the darn.
But as we were saying, the second team to completely drop their roster was Renegades, the Australians, and one Finn. I think he's Finnish, JKM.
JKM. He might be. I think he's. Or
I think
he is Finnish. He's Finnish.
Okay, so one Finn, 3 Aussies, and 1 New Zealand. So New Zealandian.
Yeah.
Don't know how you say that. But they completely dropped their roster, and then 100 Thieves, who is a big organization in, I believe, Call of Duty and a couple other esports.
Nade shot like some old Call of Duty pro.
Yeah.
On like Optic Gaming, made his own team, and so he just dropped out of Call of Duty. We talked about that a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
And so then he was like, well, I want a CSGO team. So
So he just got Renegades.
Yeah.
And this is not the first time that he's tried to get into Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
The last time was a complete disaster, if you remember. For those that don't remember, so there was a team called Immortals. They were a full Brazilian roster. They made it to a major final. Nearly won. It was a fantastic final. Gambit won. But then after that, they completely fell apart. There was a lot of internal issues. Prove it or I'll kill you became a meme. And they were a complete mess.
Yeah.
Before the next major after PGL, which probably was Boston, right?
The PGL.
PGL 2017?
Yeah.
So it was Boston 2018. Before Boston 2018, they dropped out of Immortals. Is Noah Winston? I believe Noah Winston is the owner or CEO of Immortals.
I can look that up for you real quick.
Yeah, look that up real quick. I want to say it is, but I'm not 100% sure.
Noah Winston.
Anyway, all I know is the CEO said, yeah, these players will never work for me ever again. I will never hire them. And Immortals went on to buy the MIBR name. They are now MIBR, which is another Brazilian team made in Brazil. And that Immortals roster instead signed with 100 Thieves, albeit a slight bit different because Steel at the time was on Liquid and Bolts was on SK. Mm-hmm. So this team was like Bit, FNX, Lucas, Henny, and KNG. And they tried to get visas for the Boston Major, didn't end up getting them, had to drop out of the Boston Major, which was the first and only time that there were only 7 teams in Legends, or from the last major, to carry over to the next major in terms of the Legends stage. And then subsequently, 100 Thieves dropped them.
Yeah.
So they didn't play a single match under the 100 Thieves name. I don't even know if they had jerseys made. So I think Nadeshot has wanted to get back into the Counter-Strike scene and just has never had a team open to buy.
This is also a great team as well.
It's a very good team.
You're picking up a team that has just been putting up good numbers.
Yeah.
They're coming off hot. Well, not really coming off hot anymore.
Well, the only time that they really dropped off was when Gratisfaction had his visa issues.
Yeah.
Which is not their fault at all.
No.
They had no time to practice. They had a number of stand-ins.
I mean, at the last major, they made top 4.
Yeah.
And at the major before,
I think they also made top 4.
they made top 8 because they faced Astralis.
Yep.
But they were the only team that entire tournament to take a map off Astralis, which was the Mirage map, and I think they won 1916 in overtime.
Something like that.
But yeah, I mean, they've had it for a while.
Yeah.
They've been there. They have the talent. You were saying that, not right now, a couple of days ago when we were talking, you said that they already live in America.
I believe so.
I thought that they were Australian and living in Australia.
I believe they live in America. I
Okay.
remember seeing a while ago, like, a previous roster that was mostly similar. I think 3 of the players were the same. When they were Renegades, they did like a house tour video.
Oh, with
and I'm
like
pretty
Nifty
sure,
and stuff, right?
Yeah, it was Nifty, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that they were in California. I don't know if they still are in California.
Okay. Well, now that they're signed to 100 Thieves, they'll definitely be.
I think for
'cause,
sure, yeah.
But that's also good, just so that they're closer to the tournaments, closer to, and they're in proximity. Just because there's not a whole lot of teams in Australia.
Not good teams, at
yeah,
least.
and you can't practice on LAN with them.
Yeah.
Like you have Greyhound Gaming, and sure, you have the legend himself, Dick Stacy.
Yes.
I mean, the absolute unit. But I mean, you're not going to have teams like Liquid, Evil Geniuses, even Cloud9, and have as nice of facilities as you do now.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to nothing but good things in the future.
Especially with
YTB.
having 1 Finn, and then 3 Australians, and then someone from New Zealand.
Yeah.
First of all, Australian internet is terrible, and it's
Well,
notorious
that's a
for
big
being
problem,
terrible.
Is that it sucks.
So, and then having a guy all the way up in Finland, that wouldn't work. So they do have to have a centralized location, and I believe it's in California.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
Well, sick. That's
Yeah.
good.
And lastly, is there anything else, Counter-Strike, that you want to talk about?
I guess just Star Series a bit. That was
Yeah.
pretty cool. Evil Geniuses won. They beat Fnatic in the grand finals. Oh, and then also the Blast Pro Series where FaZe won.
Yeah, that's right.
That was pretty big. Glad for them. They're
FaZe looked good.
finally getting something back.
Yeah.
You have enough people on this lineup, enough good players to where this should be happening now.
And who knew that Brokey was going to be that good?
No, Brokey is nuts. Kid's sick. Like, even Olaf said on Twitter after they won, he was like, man, Brokey, like, this kid,
He's nuts.
He's going to be in the scene for a while.
Yeah, let me
also,
look at how
Olaf
old he is real quick.
Has the most, like,
He has the most notable trophies.
from notable tournaments, which was a pretty big milestone for him. And they also beat Fnatic.
Yeah.
Which was, or not Fnatic, I'm looking at something else. They did beat NiP. Astralis didn't make it to top 4, which was a bit weird to me. Like, they dropped out, as well as Navi.
Yeah. So Brokey is 18.
Yeah, no, the kid is like super young.
Significantly younger than us.
Yeah. He has a lot to look forward to. They also had Team Liquid in the
in Blast Pro.
In Blast Pro series. Yeah, like there's just a lot of really good teams that...
Yeah, that's right. And Team Liquid did not play very well, and I think that was
weirdly
one of the
didn't
big
make it out.
decisions that they that led to them stepping back.
Yeah, because NiP beat Team Liquid, which just like shouldn't happen. FaZe lost to Team Liquid, but they also lost to Astralis again. So you're just losing to these teams where you're losing to NiP, a team that, while looks good, you have all these new players, and I'm glad they're doing well. You shouldn't be losing to them right now because you not only have the more talented players, but you've been playing longer together, so you should mesh well together.
You've been at the top.
You've been at the top, exactly, and you were dominant in the top. I mean, you were just winning.
They
left
had
and
one of the
right,
greatest
left and right.
runs ever.
Nuts. And then also to lose to Astralis, this behemoth of a team, will always be a behemoth, but you thought you had them conquered for so long, like you had finally beaten them. You were the ones to end the Astralis era, on top of Astralis not going to stuff, Blastralis, but to just crumble and
I also want to
nothing
point out,
going.
Astralis is not an old team. They've been together for a long time, and they've been in the league for a long time. But none of them are over, I want to say, like 25 years old, 26 years old.
No.
They're not old at all. They're going to be around for a long time, at least another 4 or 5 years.
I mean, Magisk is like 20.
Oh, yeah, Magisk is super young.
I think Dupree is the oldest one of them at like 25, 26.
Yeah. Hold on, I can actually look right now. It's either Dupree or Zippix. Zippix is 24.
24.
Dupree is 26.
26.
Glaive is 24.
Yep.
Device is 24, and Magisk, I want to say, is 20. 21.
21. Okay, yeah. These are all young guys as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll just continue to be Astralis, where they'll go to tournaments, they'll win every once in a while.
They've never really been a bad team ever.
No. Right now, I think they've hit right before when they hit their era, which was they're going to go to tournaments, they're going to do well, they're going to get to top 4, they're going to get to top 16, they're going to do whatever, or not top 16, top 8, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're going to test teams who haven't done their homework, and they're going to punish you.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to be the best in the world anymore.
No, I don't think there's a clear best in the world right now.
I think it's impossible. Just because, like, Evil Geniuses will beat Astralis, and then they'll lose to Liquid, but then Liquid will beat EG, but lose to Astralis, and then Fnatic will win a tournament, and then Renegades will get top 4 in a tournament and beat Fnatic. Like, every team is just beating each other, and it's just impossible to know who's number one.
Yeah, and Evil Geniuses are technically, by points, the HLTV number 1 right now, as of this moment, but I don't think there's a clear number 1 team.
I mean, I think they're the closest to it just because they've been to the most recent tournaments and won the most recent tournaments.
They've won 2 tournaments in the past couple of months.
Yep.
And I don't think anyone else has done more than that.
No.
Astralis won the major.
Astralis won the major.
But
Fnatic
even that,
won
the points
ECS.
from that are starting to drop off a little bit.
Yes, they are. Fnatic won ECS. FaZe just won Blast. Yeah, so EG have the most like recent wins, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are expecting a lot to come out of Na'Vi.
Yeah, Electronic was looking really good at Blast Pro.
He's always nuts.
I remember, I want to say his name is Peter from HLTV. He's one of their stat guys. I want to say he said that on winning rounds of Navi's 16 winning rounds on a map, I can't remember who they were playing, but he was 32 kills, 9 deaths with like 150 ADR.
What a legend.
On all 16 of their winning rounds. Those were his stats. Like, that's insane.
That is nuts. Yeah,
like that's 2 kills a round.
Yeah, he's just a beast.
Yeah.
Like, he just does his thing, and then, yeah.
Yeah.
You got Boomage, you got Simple, you got Guardian, you got the whole gang.
You don't have Zeus.
You don't have Zeus, and that's why they'll win.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's all that we have for you guys today. Thank you very much for watching. If you want more videos like this one, check out our YouTube channel, The Gaming Collegian, where we have TGC Radio, our news podcast. We have our weekly roundup. That's for our weekly news. And then if you want news articles, feature pieces, anything like that, check out gamingcollegian.org. It's got a bunch of articles from authors like myself, like Spencer, and anybody else who's part of the organization. So thank you guys for watching. Give us a like and a subscribe if you would do so very much. Thank you. And that'll be it.